So the top line, what she delivers for Trump. And let me just say that the other thing I'm hearing from the White House this weekend is that Trump has been calling around to people and saying, what should I do about Maxwell? Now, to interpret that means he knows what he should do and probably or has already decided what to do. So when people are asked that question, they respond, you should definitely give her a pardon. Now, let's get to why he should give her a pardon, because she delivered. She absolutely delivered.
She delivered. So I might have to do a bit of reading.
She went down.
I might do a dramatic reenactment.
Okay, I'm counting on it.
For it? Yeah.
So she did basically three things for Trump. I mean, she said, I never saw him do anything inappropriate. Never. But even more importantly, then she went on to say, well, he's such a great guy.
Right. And amazing journey that he got to be president.
Everything. I mean, just this is a monument, an American monument, which is exactly what Trump wants.
Even Trump's friends don't think he's never done anything inappropriate. I would like to stop you there and do a quick dramatic reenactment. We do have similar accents, not entirely the same, and I noticed that she was doing that thing that people do where they drop their voice and they speak slowly. So I'm going to do that for effect here. So Todd Blanche says, what did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein? Ghislaine. Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I want to say that I met him, or I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s. And I just want to say I admire his extraordinary achievement in becoming president now, and I like him and have always liked him. And so that is the sum and the substance of my entire relationship with him.
Well, as I say, she delivered.
She delivered, and
she also delivered something else, that actually might be, Trump likes a compliment and he likes flattery, of course. But if that also can put money in his pocket, that's the ultimate.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And she says that, okay, brief recap. This all began, Ghislaine's presence at this moment, because the Wall Street Journal publishes a birthday greeting Trump has theoretically sent Jeffrey Epstein on the occasion of his 50th birthday in 1993. As soon as the Wall Street Journal published this story, two things happened. First thing, Donald Trump sued Rupert Murdoch, who owns the Wall Street Journal, and the Wall Street Journal, saying this was completely untrue.
For $10 billion, right?
Yes, $10 billion, of course. And then the second thing that happened is that within the White House, they understood this to be a leak from the Maxwell camp, a shot across the bow, and Trump's lawyer, the number 2 in the Justice Department, Todd Blanche, rushes down to Florida to interview her. She says, now, I never saw a birthday greeting from Donald Trump. And just remember, she was the one who organized this birthday book.
Okay, hold please. Dramatic reading, a dramatic reenactment. So Ghislaine talks about, I'm just going to do a little bit, just to set it up. So my mum did a birthday book for my father at his 60th. And when Epstein would talk about his 50th, and he said, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I just want to interrupt to say that they did release the audio from Ghislaine, but Joanna is much better.
Thank you. I did listen to some of the audio, and I said, well, there are some nice things. There are nice things. My mum did this book for my dad, and he said, I love that idea. Classic man, no idea what to do for his birthday. So she calls people to get them, and then Todd Blanche, and this is very early on in the interview process too. For anybody interested, it's page 179, this comes up, in the first day, right? So they get straight to it. He says, do you think the articles, do you remember seeing that book or any portion of the letters in your discovery in New York? And she goes, oh, in my discovery, President Trump, there was nothing from President Trump. I'm just going to repeat that. There was nothing from President Trump. So that's my dramatic.
Yeah,
reading.
no. I mean, this is a gift, incredible gift, which now I'm sure leaves the Wall Street Journal and even Rupert Murdoch quaking a bit. I mean, they have now lost a pillar of their defense.
Except that the Oversight Committee, led by James Comer, have subpoenaed the birthday book. So won't it be in there?
Well, I'm sure it. Oh, good. That's a good point. So, good point.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Very
take
good.
it. All right,
Yes. So it may
so
see if
many.
they get this. Yes.
Right. This should be required reading for every law student too, because a deposition, basically people can say what they like, right? She has an incredible drive-by here about the paternity of a child, which we should also come to.
We will. And again, this issue of depositions in this entire Epstein story.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it is there is no resolution, quite the opposite, in any aspect of this story is because it is a story all by depositions. Depositions are by nature an incredibly one-sided account. As a matter of fact, they can be basically anything. And you are, the media is protected from publishing anything that is said in a deposition. So we have these untrustworthy versions of this whole story compounded again and again and again. And obviously, Ghislaine is now adding to this. This is her deposition, entirely one-sided. Her defense. I mean, the only thing that's two-sided is that she has clearly understands the advantage in agreeing with Donald Trump.
Right, but and there are all sorts of clues. I mean, I was just incredibly interested by the money thing. So on the first day, Todd, and then also we have the number 2 in the Justice Department, who is unbelievably obsequious to someone who has been convicted for 20 years for sex trafficking. I mean, he's basically like, no, we don't have to, don't worry. I mean, she's so vague about dates.
I mean, this is a total Tea Party.
Right.
I mean, you can see them. They are enjoying their acquaintance with each other.
Well, it's just crazy, and I'm just going to go back to this. I'm going to do another dramatic reading, this time by Todd Blanche, okay, where he's obviously got hauled up by one of the members of his team, because he says to her, so the day before, the first day, he's got her to say that she earned somewhere between $25,000 and $250,000 a year working for Epstein, which he lets go. And then he says, okay, so I want to talk to you about, we talked a little bit yesterday about the financial part of your relationship with Mr. Epstein, kind of being on his payroll, starting at $25,000 and ending up at $250,000. There's, as you know from your trial, there's banking information that shows a ton of money being sent to you from Mr. Epstein over the years. And I think totaling something like $30 million. Something like this. Why was the money sent to you? And she says, well, I believe, I don't have a full recollection. I'm not even sure, I ever saw what they accused me of, but my belief is the money also contained money that was for a helicopter that I never owned and was never mine. I mean, what are you talking about? And then it goes on in incredible detail about the fact she can't remember.
Okay. And here's an important part. She denies that her father ever knew Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this is pivotal because there is reason to believe, very good reason to believe, that Jeffrey Epstein and her father were engaged together in let's nicely call them business dealings.
Right.
Now, and again, her father is a long story. From nothing, he builds a multi-billion, something near $1 billion media empire.
Right, he owns the British Daily Mirror tabloid newspaper on Fleet Street. He owns Pergamon Press. He owns Macmillan at one point.
Yes, he goes on to buy the Daily News in New York.
Right.
He is a major presence, a major media presence in the UK, on a par with at that time Rupert Murdoch.
Right. They were very much rivals, and Rupert was on the right, Maxwell was on the left.
Yes, and then Maxwell's empire comes crashing down because it turns out he has looted. Let me repeat it. Looted.
Yeah.
The
stolen.
Yes, his company's pension fund
to the tune of £500 million, which back when this was 30 years ago was an extraordinary amount of money. It's still a large sum of money, but it was back then. It was one of the biggest ever.
Yeah, 35
frauds.
years ago.
35 years ago.
And then he dies under mysterious circumstances off the back of his yacht called the Ghislaine.
Yeah, the Lady Ghislaine.
Yes. So at any rate, she denies they never knew each other. But there is reason to believe that they certainly knew each other, and that in fact his part of his money, and remember the end was coming. He saw the end.
Right,
Everybody,
he could see the money
everybody knew it was coming, and whatever money he had left would be taken from him.
Right.
The theory is that he took an amount of this money and offloaded it to Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
And
okay.
so therefore, the $30 million, the money that went from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell, the theory is, let's emphasize the theory here,
that Maxwell gave Epstein some money to look after Ghislaine.
And he returned this in the form of a house. He bought her a house, a townhouse in New York, for instance. But $30 million would explain a significant part of the $30 million.
Right, and Todd Blanche says, there was, for example, you got $5 million in 2002. I mean, the obfuscating, and also the idea that he would ask you what you got paid by Jeffrey Epstein, and she would say, up to $250,000, and forget to mention the $30 million is remarkable.